And it looks like we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here on time. We were a little bit late because we were very busy. Appreciate your support. Smash that like, and of course, be subscribed with notifications turned on if you want more stimulating conversation like what we have here on MineYourBiz. All right, all terrible dad jokes, innuendos, and otherwise lewd humor behind us. Put that behind us. Yes, let's go. Let's start by taking a look at our Fear and Greed Index, current score of 51. And in case you are wondering, yes, Mama Biz will be joining us tonight. She's just getting herself ready. Don't worry about it. She'll be here any second now. Appreciate your support, and definitely appreciate you being here, subscribed, and attentive. We've got something coming out tomorrow morning that I'm rather excited about. So if you don't have notifications turned on, you're going to miss it. And if you're not subscribed to the MineYourBiz Substack, you will miss out on the written version of it as well. It's a piece that I wrote with Nerd Girl. If you remember Nicole Grinstead, Nerd Girl, we wrote this for Crypto Magazine. So we're both contributors, and Mama Biz is in the chat.
Hello.
Hey, miners, say hello to Mama Biz. She stopped what she was doing just for you guys.
You are better than dishes.
There you go. All right. They were making jokes about us doing the dirty. Mama Biz was doing the dirty dishes.
The dirty dishes. Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was hot. Hot
Yeah.
water.
Right. Slippery, soapy, and weird. All right. So, yeah, appreciate you all being here. Automatic Beat says, good evening, miners. Sean C. New World Crypto's in the chat. We're just going to read off some of these comments real fast before we jump back in. But a reminder, if you don't have notifications turned on, get those notifications turned on, because that piece is released on our Substack tomorrow morning. And it's something that we put some time into. Mama Biz remembers that I did the interview, and then we wrote a dedicated piece, even though I had AI write a perfectly good article for me that I could have modified. We wrote it from scratch anyway, the old-fashioned way.
Good job.
Like cave people.
That's what we call hard work.
Okay,
Build
fine.
it from scratch.
AI, when can I be free from hard work?
Harvest the wheat.
Yeah. Right.
Grind the wheat. Bake the bread.
Eat the bread. All of
The
it?
bread.
No.
Every bit.
Doesn't work that way. Anyway, I know that's the jobs in the modern world, not quite like that. Kenton is in the chat, also says, sup everyone. Kenton, good to see you here. Thanks so much for stopping by while we are live. And Automatic Beat says, knowing MYB and Mrs. MYB, they probably late because they doing the dirty. Yeah, she laughs because that's
That would have been
preposterous.
so nice today.
Barry Merritt says no data breaches via mirror sunglasses tonight. Oh, well, I mean, I could do a data
No.
breach
Okay.
via some mirror sunglasses. I mean, that's what the kids are doing. It's fun. And I have no longer suffering from a migraine. I went ahead and just picked up a whole bunch of antihistamines. I really, guys, we're gonna digress here just a moment. Picked up a whole bunch of antihistamines and started by taking some Benadryl, right? Because the generic, right? Diphenhydramine. Fine, I'll say it. Benadryl. Picked some up, generic, and was like, all right, finally, some relief. It totally worked, right? It completely knocked everything out. Anything that I was feeling by way of sinus symptoms was gone. And then I took that for a couple of nights and read this article. Mom Biz, do you remember the article that I read? It was a video piece, actually. It was this piece about a bunch of doctors that were saying, oh yeah, actually Benadryl as a first generation antihistamine, first generation drug, we're discovering that it's actually for people who know, they know. It's an anticholinergic, which means it contributes to dementia as you age. I was like, okay, screw that. I'm done. Like, okay, like good feeling gone. Glad the migraine is at bay, but I found something else, right? The generic Claritin and Zyrtec and all the other stuff like that does not give you any kind of dementia as you age. Thank you very much. I'd rather not. But yeah. Anyway, that's a little adventure. No sunglasses necessary, but they're fun. They're a little bit of fun.
I like the ones where you don't have a shirt on.
Oh,
We need to do that. Just in the summer.
we do. Actually, I could do that right now. That's the other thing.
It's too cold.
Wim Hof would disagree. It's never too cold to be shirtless. So,
Until you die of pneumonia.
yeah, I guess. I mean, the last time I died of pneumonia, though, I came back. Jeez. No
It
big
was
deal.
so rough, though.
But Fear and Greed Index 51. Clearly, people are a little bit too excited by the current Bitcoin price action.
Oh, it hurts.
Right? This is uninformed optimism.
What do you think? Yeah, because we're in neutral now. We've been in fear for a while. I think this is the first time I've seen it at neutral.
Yeah. And look at that little pop, right? And it perfectly corresponds with that price action. We'll take a look at our
Go
chart.
out there, buy your FTT.
Oh my gosh.
What could go wrong?
Oh my gosh. Is it time to red screen you? It's time to red screen you.
You are responsible for your own decisions. This media is not intended as financial or investing advice. DYOR or get wrecked. Do your own research.
Thanks. They weren't sure what that meant.
No, they didn't know.
I mean,
I'm helping.
yeah, yes, you are. So here we are on our chart, taking a look over here at that value by range, and it looks like such a distant memory, right? We thought, okay, could we break to the downside? The last time that we did put any kind of chopsticks in place, though, let's get a little bit closer here, because we are not technicians, right? That's part of the disclaimer as well. Don't set your trades based on what you see on this channel. But we saw that we had a couple of bottoms here. We had 3 tops there, and then it broke out, but it broke out to the upside. Wasn't expecting that. Was expecting some kind of a breakout from that descending wedge, I guess. I mean, just kind of looking at very simple technical tools here on the daily chart, very simple lines that we drew, and yeah, anticipating a breakout, but not like what we got. I mean, this was insane, right? Had these daily candles that just started to go insane as more and more got liquidated. Integra guys in the chat, there we go, proof of live comments saying, evening all. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. And appreciate y'all sharing the link while we are live. Go ahead and make sure that we are set out to Twitter. If you haven't already tweeted this, we didn't. Okay, I didn't. I got things set up.
Honey.
I know. That was terrible. MineYourBiz was busy too. She had things going on.
With the dishes.
Yes.
Dishes.
Yes. I made sure I put her to work. All right, so.
They were so dirty.
But made sure that we were both being productive with our time. But yeah, green candles, we didn't expect this cascading liquidation to go up parabolically like that. And that's, I mean, this is exciting stuff, right? Seeing that day over day parabolic run up. Looks like we could have had a reversal there, but no. Bigger green candle, and it went crazy. So yeah, starting to see a little bit of something that we can put some chopsticks on now. And I'm going to go ahead and do that right away. This, again, don't go setting your trades based on the MineYourBiz chopsticks, the mining chopsticks here. That's not what they're for. This is mostly for us to just pay attention to what it's done recently. We got these 2 red candles, though, so I'm going to use those as the basis for the bottom there. And I don't think that we can really call that any kind of confidence, and I'm not using a specific method here, right? Like, we don't have an Ichimoku cloud, right? And we don't have all these other fancy indicators that would tell me exactly that we should expect some kind of an outcome. But we do have a couple similarly sized candles at the top, and then we have these 2 candles, the red candles towards the bottom of our line here. And I'm going to call this a what's this? Yeah, we're going to call this an descending triangle. What?
Triangle?
From wedge.
They're almost parallel.
It is almost parallel. Yeah. So this is the channel. Anyway, point is, we've placed the chopsticks somewhere else. Yay! Round of applause. We did it.
Hooray!
But we couldn't do anything with that parabolic run up. It didn't make sense from the way that we look at our charts, which is more of a fundamental lens. And yeah, and we're not paying attention to whether or not like high frequency leverage traders are getting liquidated. Not normally what we pay attention to. Goblin Dude says, what do you mean the mining chopsticks are fancy enough? I think so. We've actually got a better than 50% rate, success rate with the mining chopsticks. If you were putting moderate amounts behind your trades, and you used the very simple logic that we did for yourself, you would do better than flipping a coin, probably. I don't know. We haven't tried. Maybe we should flip a coin. Anyway.
That should be how we do all our trades.
Yes, all of our trades. Flipping coin. Oh, yes, we flip the coins. And this should be published. There we go. Come on, man. Just publish it. What the crap? No, don't make it complicated. Just get it out of the point is we're going to move on. We have some news coming through. We wanted to talk about a couple of things. I don't have those fully lined up just yet, but MineYourBiz, tell the miners at home about what stood out to you as we were talking today.
In the news?
Yeah, in the news.
Did we talk about the news?
We did a little bit. We talked about SBF.
We were talking about men menstruating. That's all I remember.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to hear any more of this. I know.
No, you're going to get me demonetized because I'm going to tell you what I really think, which is, grounded in
Okay,
centuries
I'm
of
just
science.
gonna say Hodge Twins on Twitter, and yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to get me.
Okay. So the news. Let's talk about the news.
Canceled.
Yeah. Why can't I see your channel anymore? I don't know.
No reason. Don't worry
Google
about it.
said no.
Yeah. Barry Merritt chimes in and says, I sold some BTC this week at 21K, a tax loss harvest and covering mining hosting fees. That's great.
Nice.
That is nice. Yeah, as far as having some things pump like that, like occasionally I have services that I have to pay for the channel also, and we try to pay attention. If we've got native assets, we pay attention to some of these smaller moves to be able to do that. And one of those things is like hosting, right? On vultr.com, that's what we use for any of our virtual private servers. And so any of the cloud infrastructure that we have right now, like our Nextcloud instance, and some of our other, some of the other services we do, some community bridges between Discord and Telegram and Slack. I think we're using Matterport for that. Is it Matterport? That's what we're using. Anyway, so yes, some cloud services, if they're payable in Bitcoin, we do the same thing. That's just smart. That's making some of these assets work for you. So great to hear that. Thank you for letting us know that that's what you're doing with this valuable Bitcoin pump.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But we are, it's funny. Normally the news aggregator that we use, Crypto Panic, isn't refreshing right now. It's not showing up.
What?
I know. This is very rare.
Okay, what did we talk about in the news today?
So we talked about a couple of things, but one of those is that the 1-inch DEX is launching a hardware wallet.
Oh.
So I see a brand new hardware wallet in our future. You can see a couple things behind me right here. There's the Keystone wallet that I reviewed not long ago. You saw it here on the channel. You also saw it on the newsletter if you are tuned in the newsletter. Very tactical written format for, it's content, right? Like it's educational content. That's some of my background. Senior national trainer for Microsoft, territory trainer for Google, national new hire orientation guy and trainer for Samsung Telecom. This is something I've been doing for well over a decade. And so, yeah, especially when it comes to marginally technical topics, especially retail or rather consumer tech, right? So, but Keystone, already reviewed that. Going to take a look at the 3rd generation device as soon as it comes out. I don't know when that's going to be, but whenever it launches, I'm begging them to make sure that I have a review copy of that. And then, all of the other usual suspects. BC Vault over there. You see one that I've had cut in half over with the Waterjet channel. That was fun. So, a little bit of wanton destruction never hurt anyone, except for the thing you're destroying. But, yeah. So, hardware wallet review. I'm excited about that. It's a new toy. These are my favorite toys, right? Crypto wallets these days.
Are you going to destroy these ones too?
No, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to destroy wallets. We might do, as soon as we get into slightly better weather like spring, we might do a range day where we, what is it? We do penetration testing with a shotgun.
Penetration testing. I like the sound of that.
Well, it takes a lot of practice.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, let's test. So we got Magic Internet Money jumping into the chat, and he says, is that how you got the belts back there? I got this belt over from the 2022 Web3 Influencer Awards, and it came from sharing, actually, the award with several other micro-influencer channels. So the channels that don't have 1 million subscribers or 500,000 subscribers or whatever, but have kind of a more sort of the level you would expect from a crypto-specific channel like this. And then that one is technically Crypto Banter's award from 2021. And there's a story behind that. We'll get to it another time. The Goblin Dude says, I seen that Charles Hoskinson wants to buy CoinDesk earlier today.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's big. Yeah. Did you see that, Mom Biz? Did you want to talk about that?
I saw it on Twitter, and I said, wow, he wants to buy CoinDesk.
Mama Biz is becoming a proper degen by spending time on crypto Twitter.
Working on it.
And I'm here for it. I absolutely love that. I think it's a really great place to get some of your crypto news way faster than just using news aggregators. Typically, you wind up knowing well before the news aggregators can publish, and in some cases before some of the major outlets can publish.
I think Crypto Panic is down.
Yeah.
It's not even coming up on my phone.
It's a real bummer. There's a lot of infrastructure attacks going on right now. We're probably not helping it by doing that, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and just pull up I'll use a basic search, and I am using Brave search right now. I'm a little bit bothered by that, but DuckDuckGo went woke, so I'm here to ensure that they go broke. And Brave search is just a marginally better option for the moment. The search SCARX installation that we were using winds up being very buggy. It's a lot harder to get the granular search results that you want. So it's really helpful to be able to use Boolean searches, your Google foo, if you will, on a search engine that just works the way you expect it to. So that's a little weird. Let's see. And we got Crypto Crag also saying, yo, yo, yo. And Barry Merritt saying, my next hardware wallet will be a Ledger Stacks when it comes out and the bugs are worked out. Well, lucky for you, we already ordered one from MineYourBiz. It has to pass the Mama test.
Yeah, which is like if I touch it, it literally explodes. So if it can resist that, it's a good deal, guys.
And she literally means like resist, as in like the electrical term. This is a lady who, I don't know how, but she manages to like have like static charge buildup where she'll like touch something and it just doesn't work. I've never seen it. We've talked about it before. I've never seen this before in quite the same way for anybody else.
Yeah,
right?
He's like, hey, honey, it's really simple. Just do A, B, and C. I'm like, okay, starting with A, something's wrong. He comes over. He's like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
It's all like, I broke it.
It's okay, right? Like they say that relationships are an investment of effort and time, and that's okay.
I have other fine qualities.
Yeah, absolutely she does. So, but those are for me to know and y'all to just guess at. Goblin Dude says, meh, Chromium browsers are similar though. Call me biased, but I prefer Mozilla Firefox. I hear you there. So Firefox is great. I've tried WaterFox as well as, what else do I have installed as a regular option? Oh, it should be available on this one. LibreWolf. Yeah, big fan of LibreWolf as well. So those are all variants or forks of Firefox, and they have some additional features added into them. I wind up always going back to Firefox because the updates are better, right? Like they're the first to receive the updates. So if you get anything that's a fork of Firefox, you might be missing critical security patches if something happens. So yeah, if a day or two goes by and they don't get those security patches, you're in trouble, right? Gandalf Gray says, it's because she is electrifying. So you like how I said that like John Travolta from Grease?
It's electric.
Oh.
Like lightning.
Right. So appreciate that, guys. But the 1-inch Dex is launching that wallet. Hilarious that these guys are just not. Hey, I found it. Found the original press release, and it's about bloody time. Here we go. So 1-inch wallet, your DeFi entry point, but it looks like it is it is a software wallet. I thought it was going to be their own dedicated hardware.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Boo.
So, DeFi ecosystem in your phone. Wait, with games and what is this? What? Show me again. Play the DeFi Racer retro wave game integrated into the wallet. How is this a feature? Who cares about this? Please tell me, MineYourBiz audience, if you care about this, so I can click unsubscribe, subscribe, or boot. I can ban you from the channel.
It's fine. It's just like how I used to play Tetris on my phone.
I know, but it's such a time suck. Why would you do that?
You're just too invested in being productive.
I know. It's probably true. I optimize things to a fault.
Yeah, everything.
Not everything. Some things I take a good long time at doing. So, but let's just yeah. These guys are like, wow. We probably do need to syndicate this show onto OnlyFans and just really ham it up.
Yeah.
Right. Be like we won't even have any visuals. It'll just be like audio only, ASMR.
Hey.
And, yeah.
It's the new 900 number of today.
An old radio play. It's use sound effects. What's going on, Hoss?
Lots of clapping.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
Stop me.
No, we haven't gone far enough. But later, yes, after the cameras are not rolling. But looks like you can stake here, apparently. All the stuff you want. Swap, obviously, because you can do that with any other Web3 wallet on their platform. That's what they do. They're a DEX aggregator. Did you know this about 1inch?
Nope.
Okay, so think of Uniswap and QuickSwap, which you've heard me talk a lot about.
Yes.
And disclosure, yes, I work I work crypto marketing as a day job during the rest of the hours that I'm not on camera. So got a lot of insight into platforms like that. And when you hear their tutorial media, the voiceover sounds very familiar.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge.
So, and that's for a lot of them. But 1-inch DEX is one of those. It's an aggregator, so you get like all of those different platforms from Polygon and Ethereum and Binance
Cosmos?
Smart Chain. Not Cosmos
Not
because
Cosmos.
it's not the same standard for them. It doesn't have the same plumbing, we'll say, to be
Okay.
able to get liquidity from one side to the other.
Different plumbing.
Different plumbing,
Got it.
different fluids flowing through the plumbing. And Cosmos is really good at shooting the Cosmos juices through, and Ethereum and Polygon and Binance Smart Chain, they're just similar, but it's not exactly the same juice, right? So you gotta turn the different ball valves, and then like different stuff flows through it. But 1-inch DEX as an aggregator will let you kind of choose between those different platforms because they're plumb similar.
And clear open the pipes.
Clear the pipes, as the lady says. So yes, that's 1-inch DEX in a nutshell. But apparently you can play games in their software wallet. You can check out your NFTs. That's great to have a better representation of NFTs in wallets. Most people struggle with that. Now, whether or not Twitter will support this on their Twitter Blue offering so people can have their profile picture updated based on an NFT that they own, we have yet to see. Like that, yeah, it'd be great to know whether or not that works, but we don't know that yet. We will find out soon enough, I guess. And we finally did it. We've scared somebody away. They're like, I can't handle all the innuendo. Please make it stop. The Goblin Dude says, wouldn't the game embedded take some of the dev resources away from updating and safeguarding the rest of the software? Well, no, it wouldn't necessarily. Let's talk about that real fast. You come to this channel because we can nerd out. Is that okay if we do that a little bit?
Yep.
Mm.
If my eyes glaze over, don't get mad at me.
It's okay. So we're going to nerd out a little bit. No, it won't take resources away from the rest of the app because it's essentially just a browser. It's a Web3 enabled browser, right? So it basically obeys the Web3.js login, so a JavaScript library that lets you log in with your wallet credentials, and it shows that you're logged in, but it's otherwise just a browser. That's it. That's what a wallet like this kind of does. And they have a couple of pages and frames here that show you different things through that browser, but at the end of the day, it's just a browser. That's basically it. So they've got, it sounds like I'm capping on them. I'm not. But that's the core functionality of what a wallet like this does. If you check out MetaMask Mobile, one of the key features of MetaMask Mobile is that it has an integrated browser, so you can do different things that would require your wallet to sign within their wallet app.
Okay.
So 1-inch DEX is kind of just taking a page from MetaMask's playbook. If you're on a mobile Web3 wallet, it has to also be a browser. And if it's not, it winds up being less usable for the average person.
Got it.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Mhm.
Okay, great. So yes, Goblin Dude, really appreciate that question. I'm glad that gave me an opportunity to kind of talk about a little bit about how it works. And it sounds like maybe I should do a review of this wallet, most of these software wallets.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
You can give me a middle finger emoji in the chat if that's more appropriate. That's why I was getting the ball rolling, right?
There's your thumbnail for this video right there, hon.
I know, right? Watch. YouTube will be like, that's a good idea. We like that. That'll perform well. So here we are. Yeah, more of that. Showing that off. Buying crypto, using your bank card, using different fiat gateway providers, and then storing your crypto thanks to sophisticated protection measures. Yeah.
I think the peanut gallery says yay.
They say yay. That makes a lot of sense. We got the hardware wallet reviews. We're going to be doing more hardware wallet reviews. It's taken a little bit of time to get back around to a couple of the other hardware wallet reviews we're actually still sitting on. There's a couple that have not been released just yet, but they are going to go out through the newsletter. So we'll be doing a very tactical write-up and then making those much more short-form content so they're easier to get through. Sometimes, like in the live streams, we have permission to kind of ramble a little bit, talk a little more about tangents and things. In that kind of media, I just don't think that's appropriate. That's not the kind of media that I want to make about wallets, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, I know.
What do you want to make?
Well, I think when it comes to the wallets, I think I want to have an objective standard where, especially with these software wallets, we have different categories of usability, right? For a new person, onboarding material. So if they've got like internal education material, because some of them do, and a lot of them don't. So like it needs to pass the MineYourBiz test. That's kind of the lens I want to look at it through. Like, could I in good faith install this on my wife's phone and know that she won't lose all of her crypto day one.
Yeah. We'll see.
It's a big deal, right? Like,
This is going to be a fun experiment.
I think so. So I think that's the way I want to make some of this media. If we do a software wallet review, it's got to be through that lens. It's okay to have that sort of eternal beginner's mindset. It's okay to nerd out too, but if we don't have that eternal beginner's mindset, we're not going to help new people come in.
Yes, I am the litmus test for mass adoption.
She really is, though. That's the thing, because you're not like you're not below average intelligence, and there's all kinds of other stuff that you do very well. This is just one of those things where it's like, not everybody uses crypto yet, but this is probably why.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you really are a good case study, because like, yeah, you're a totally normally functioning, well-adjusted human being in so many other areas. It's just not in crypto. Like,
Except in technology.
Yeah, generally in technology. Barry Merritt says, I keep junk on my phone to a minimum. That's smart. Yeah, that's smart. Most people don't, though. Most people, especially in the earlier days of smartphones, they loaded up their phones with as much junk as would fit, to the point that they had to start making larger storage on smartphones so you could install more junk. Weird, right?
Yep.
But that's the typical consumer mindset of this kind of consumer technology. So I think we need to meet people where they are. And yes, we got to educate them into better practices too, but we've got to meet them where they are to educate them. So we'll start there. Store some of your stuff there. I don't know that I love that idea, but I mean, there it is. As far as the assets, clearly they're focused on Ethereum style assets, right? That's the plumbing that they know how to work with.
Okay.
I don't see Bitcoin anywhere. I definitely don't think we can hope for Monero or even Cosmos, like you mentioned.
Right.
Yeah, probably not going to be an option here, because at the end of the day, the big moneymaker for them is, hey guys, why don't you come over here and, swap? Because that's how they make their fees.
Okay.
Yeah, like most exchanges, they make the most money when you swap the most money. So, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see how that works.
Oh, you know what? It's funny. I do remember seeing ads for this all over Twitter about a week ago.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry, it took me a minute before looking at the little unicorn up in the corner.
Yeah.
It's a unicorn, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Or a very fancy horse.
Yeah. That's all a unicorn is. It's a very fancy horse.
No, honey. It has a magical horn that makes it completely different from a horse.
Right. So
does it have a 1-inch horn?
I think that's kind of yeah. So here, 1-inch decks. That's what they show. Is they've also got a unicorn, but it's got a red mane and a tiny 1-inch horn. Yes.
Okay.
It's a less well endowed unicorn. It's a lesser unicorn, lesser corn.
Lesser corn. I like that.
Yeah, that's the official term. Goblin Dude said self custody is away. Barry Merritt says I have 5 hardware wallets. The biggest pain is punching the BIP39 into titanium plates. And by the BIP39, he is referring to the seed phrase or the mnemonic.
Oh, I knew that.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So that's just it, right? And some of this stuff it takes for the onboarding, it takes a few exposures. It's like marketing or sales. It takes 7, probably on average, 7 exposures or up to a dozen. That's pretty normal.
Or in my case, I'm kind of like a picture book person. If you visually shown it to me, then I'll remember it.
Okay.
But I need it presented like, a child in a picture book.
That's all right.
It's locked in.
I think more people are like that than they care to admit. And so
that's because of all the discrimination. We are shamed for our learning modality. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably, speaking of modalities, it's probably an outmoded way of thinking to believe that like there are only kinesthetic learners and only visual learners and only auditory learners. And I think what we discovered is that most people have a blend of learning ability.
Yeah.
And when you present things in more than a couple of ways, you basically ensure comprehension for the greatest number of people.
Right.
So, yeah, great. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's why there's a really solid case for good Marcom, good marketing communication material like this. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it helps with base level understanding of what it is you're going to get. So, yeah, all the decks is in a single app, and it's all the other ones here, right? So, yeah, aggregation there, compound, balancer, but the usual ones, right? So there's Pancake Swap. They're not showing Quick Swap. which is kind of sad, but I think part of that is because Uniswap now supports Polygon too. Got a question from Martin. Says, hey everyone, sorry for being late to the party. Smiley emoji. Mind your biz. Why do you think crypto is pumping a bit? Thanks. I'm going to defer that to Mama Biz and have her respond.
Oh. Gosh. You just put me on the spot.
No, I didn't.
I don't know, because they arrested SBF. I don't know.
Secure backup to Apple Cloud?
I'm sure this is a conversation we had just a short time ago.
Interesting. I like it. Yeah, it's a good question. As far as the recent pump, I mean, we saw over on our chart, and we'll just jump back for just a moment here because of that question, Martin. We know that the last week, well, prior to the last week, it was very interesting to see that there were a lot of liquidations. A lot of people who were shorting the market, they knew for sure, we had the chopsticks here before, they knew for sure we're going to move to the downside, and they were betting on it because of their leveraged trades. They got liquidated, and it pushed the price up, right? So as those liquidations kept happening, the price kept going up, but you can see it. It's this massive inflation of the price because it was over 100,000 traders that got liquidated. So that's certainly part of it. There's more to it always than just one side like that, but that's certainly part of it, is that there were over 100,000 liquidations on exchanges, specifically of Bitcoin.
Just in one day?
Well, no, it was this cascade over several days. You see this parabolic action where a few got liquidated, others said like, oh no, for sure it's gonna rebound. It'll go the other way. So, people went proper degen and said, well, I'm going to double down on my position, and now it's definitely going to go down, right? Nope. And more people do weird things, right? They do very weird things in crypto. So I don't know how many of those short positions were added at this point, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were thousands or tens of thousands that were added at this point, which basically just threw gas on that fire and caused these liquidations to pump the price that much more.
Right.
So weird. This is not what we normally evaluate on MineYourBiz, but that's one explanation that I read about.
Anything else? Did we talk about this at all?
No.
I don't think we did.
No, we didn't. It's been a full week since we streamed. Meant to stream on Tuesday. Been a very stressful week at work, and I apologize for that. I also released some other content. Very stressful week at work. That's not an excuse. You guys deserve better than that. And I know you had a stressful week too. I'm not complaining. Just saying, we got to the Tuesday night. I think you and I both stared at each other like, this has been a long day. Are we supposed to stream? Maybe. Are we going to? Probably not.
We had other things to do. Sorry.
Yeah. It's a tough life, guys.
Sleep. We were probably exhausted that night.
I think we were. Yeah. That, and I mean, long weekend. Kids were back at school. First day back in. No,
that's right. The kids were home.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
that's why everything feels like a blur.
Yeah. It was pretty intense. Barry Merritt says exchanges keep selling that data. That should be disallowed. No more short and long data disclosed. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I struggle with the idea of having there be any kind of really harsh federal regulation in the crypto industry. You will see from my written piece tomorrow morning and the accompanying video here on MineYourBiz that my position on federal regulation. But in a nutshell, it's this. Deregulate more things. Stop regulating as many things as we regulated. If something already has thousands of laws on the books, maybe consider removing some or all of them before you rule on anything new, and rolling several of those archaic laws into something new and review and revised. But yeah, don't add until you figure out what you already have. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Crypto Crag asks, MineYourBiz, are you mining any coins now? Nope, I have nothing in our home that is actively doing proof of work mining. And it'll be for speculative mining only that I'll fire up a few GPUs. And frankly, the number of GPUs that we have hasn't decreased since we did the miners roundtable, and hasn't increased. I think max, we're running with everything fully deployed. We're running at a little under 3 kilowatts right now, of total hashing power. So between 2.5 and 3 kilowatts, but nothing running at the moment. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I wish I had something more juicy for you than that.
Maybe we should. It's been kind of cold outside.
Yeah, fair point. That would warm up the office. But yeah, I think the bigger project for me has been the private cloud. So private cloud with enhanced storage volumes, so encrypted storage volumes for us, for the family, for the extended family, and then full nodes. And yeah, that might lead into some hard drive mining though. We'll see. Ravenboy Crypto says, "Yo," Crypto Crag says, "Nice. Good to see you, Ravenboy Crypto." It looks like we may be getting invited to speak at the next Ravencoin meetup. As you know, I think this will be the third or fourth annual Ravencoin. No, what am I talking about? I think it's the third. What am I talking about? It's been like 5 actual. Jeez, it's been like 5 annual Ravencoin meetups.
Wow.
I think so. Yeah, I think and they're always, well, previously they were at the Overstock campus, and I think this one might be somewhere else. So I might be speaking at that particular Ravencoin meetup, might give a keynote, might give a workshop. Not sure yet, but I'm going to be talking to the organizers of that because the Ravencoin community is an amazing community. For my part, like I haven't made any secret of my opinions on Ravencoin being great for proof of work, but still kind of short on use cases. There's not as much development on Ravencoin as I'd like to see, but there's no denying the community is extremely supportive, and wherever there's an extremely supportive blockchain community, like I want to be there. So yeah, I think we're speaking at that. But moving on.
We as in you.
Yeah. We as in I'll probably get MineYourBiz to contribute to the content.
Yes, I'll just be there in a bikini with a scorecard walking across the stage in heels.
Dude, guys, you need to come to more meetups with me.
This is a lie. I will never do that.
Yeah, because I mean the corollary is that I'd have to go up there in like whatever sports shorts and be prepared to go and fight to the death with somebody.
No, you just got to flex.
There we go, flex.
A few poses.
I thought we were talking like MMA or something. I'd have to go and like fight Vitalik. I would never win. Vitalik would beat me. I don't think Vitalik would go to a Ravencoin meetup though. So I think we're good. That or Tron Black. Tron Black, have you seen that man? He's yoked. He's like 78, but he's yeah.
Terrifying.
I'm kidding. That's terrible, guys. I know it was a terrible joke, right? Somebody's gonna cut that out and be like, they're gonna send it to Tron and be like, "This man said you were 78. Look what Seth said about you."
He went to fight. He gonna fight you.
Yeah, Tron's super cool though. Anyway, but yeah, 1-inch wallet. I don't know about MineYourBiz. What do you think? Based on what you see, does it look attractive to you?
It looks like a phone.
Yeah. And the phone screens that you see here, is that like, oh my gosh, that looks
Ooh,
so usable.
That is so hot.
Be real, you would waste a buttload of time on this game, wouldn't you?
Probably.
You'd be like, it's a car, it's a DeLorean.
Yeah, probably.
That's cool.
Ooh, am I the target demographic?
You might be.
Okay, there we go. That's why it's there. Now you know.
Yeah, but idle gaming, if you are going to play idle gaming, and you remember the, so Crypto Idle Miner, remember that one from 5 years ago? Where
Yes.
Aura Games, they even sent me a character sheet with a character that was modeled after me. They never put it in the game. But they were going to put Bitsby Trip in. They were going to put, I think, Vosk coin into it. And I think I was one of a couple. I don't even think Red Panda Mining even broke. I don't think he was even in the YouTube partner program yet when they were going to do that. So, fun times.
What happened?
I don't know. I think they just decided to keep all their characters generic.
Okay.
But apparently you could earn their token by playing that particular idle game.
Is that the one that was kind of like one of those burger games?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
almost exactly the same.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
But it was like warehouses full of mining.
I
gear.
would probably play with the DeLorean before I'd play like the burger game. Sorry, hun. Don't look at me
Traitor.
like that.
I feel so, but you don't even know.
I'll make you feel better later.
Okay, fine. Promise? All right. So Martin says 24 cents per kilowatt hour. I have, oh my gosh, 3080 Ti's just to warm my living room from time to time. There you go, man. At 24 cents per kilowatt hour, bless you, sir. Like, you who are about to die, we salute. Jeez, that's a lot to warm. I mean, I guess if you were gonna plug in like a space heater or something, whatever. It's better than just like burning the same electricity to do nothing. But man, That's a lot. Shout out to some of the groups that actually make those space heaters from mining rigs. We're probably going to do something like that.
Right.
But I can't name names.
We've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah, it's taken a little while to actually work through some of the things that group wants to do. So maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Goblin Dude says, can you still earn Neoxa from playing Rust? I don't know. You know this game, Rust?
Nope.
It's a game.
I could barely read that from here. My eyesight's getting worse.
Oh, no.
I read, can you still Nexus from playing Fluff? Oh, my eyesight's so bad.
Done. Is that better?
That's a little bit better.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's bad.
Sorry, sweetie.
I'm getting old. No, I'm not.
Not much. A little bit. Just enough.
Hey, did you just say I'm getting old?
No.
You see, guys, it's a trap.
I know. I know it's a trap. But anyway, we've dwelt on this little wallet a little bit too long.
Yeah, we were going to talk about the news.
Some of it, but this is part of the news. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting. Anytime there's a new wallet coming out, I think it's probably worth my time to do a short review, a mini review on some of these software wallets, and we'll come up with a format. If you have any suggestions there, leave a comment below this video. And again, thank you for being here with us, smashing that thumbs up, sharing the link while we're live, being subscribed with all notifications turned on, and being subscribed to the counterpart to our channel, which is the MineYourBiz Substack. You see the link in the description. It's free to sign up. If we ever do get to the point of wanting to do like paid premium posts there, I don't know. I don't see that being much. Maybe it'll be a year-end report or something, but there's no need to spend on any of the media that we produce here at MineYourBiz. Your support means a lot, but that just means clicking buttons. You can do that. It's free. Appreciate that. So, moving on to some of our other main content. Let me see actually if we have Crypto Panic Back. It's not. We don't have any other.
I think it's broken.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boo.
That's too bad. We can check out whatever is currently trending at some of the other main sites. And yeah, we did see news from SBF claiming, right? He's talking crap.
Oh, right. That it's solvent.
Yeah, he's saying, oh, I'm so angry at this regulator because he's not helping us prove that we're solvent by letting us trade again. Who would do that? If FTX opened today, and they said, no, we're solvent, go ahead and come back. Well, you can get your money back. Trade. Like, who would do that?
Well, people would come to try to get their money back. You can bet on that.
Yeah. It would just be a run on their liquidity, right?
Right.
So if there's a run on their liquidity, but they say, it's okay, though. We still have these trading pairs. You could always just trade these and, and have some leverage, too. Right? Like, what's the point?
I did see a really weird thing today where someone did some kind of a morph between FTX and Tom Brady.
Weird.
Yeah, they said if this guy came to you and told you he was going to make you rich. Anyway, it was funny.
It's funny. Yeah, so, man, I don't know that I like anything that's coming up on this particular news site.
Bits Lotto. Help me understand what that is.
Yeah, Bits Lotto. I wish I could tell you actually what it is, but let's go ahead and bring this up on screen.
Everyone was talking about that the other day because nobody knew what it was, but apparently it was something that...
Yeah, that's because that's because it was part of a DOJ live stream that took place yesterday. We could have done something like that. We could have done a watch along video live stream where we just played that and then did some reaction videos did some reactions along the way with the video. But apparently, Bits Lotto is they're overhyping the seizure of this exchange. They're saying we seized Bits Lotto.
Oh,
look what we, the Department of Justice, have done to protect you. Idiot plebs who cannot protect yourselves.
now I understand. Okay.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, thank you, DOJ, you saved us. Us poor little stupid retail investors. We didn't know any better but to put all our money on Bits Lotto. You done saved the farm. Sorry, the plantation. It's it's kind of lame, right? So they shut down the little known crypto exchange Bits Lotto and arrested its founder in Miami. The whole charade looked like a waste of taxpayer money. Wow. A waste of taxpayer money? Is that possible?
Why would our government would never do that?
Never have. I mean, so how could they? Yeah. Tellingly, authorities misspelled the name of the exchange when uploading court documents.
Dang.
It's like not even just the press release, but the court
It's a
documents.
minor oversight.
Right? It's going to live forever in the Library of Congress. Right? Kind of feels like they heard about this exchange for the first time today, too. Crypto researcher and critic Bennett Tomlin tweeted, Bitslotto is a crypto exchange registered in Hong Kong, run by the Russian national Anatoly Legkodimov. That's not often
Legkodimov.
Legkodimov. Yeah, thank you. Legkodimov. Who goes by Gandalf. Wait a second. We
Gandalf? Wait.
How dare you, Gandalf? How dare you? We thought we knew you. We thought we could trust you. Oh, well. The indictment claimed the exchange processed $4.5 billion worth of cryptocurrency transactions since its founding in 2018, of which $700 million is known to have flowed to or from the prominent darknet marketplace Hydra.
You cannot make this stuff up. They're literally pulling words from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Tell me you think I'm stupid without telling me you think I'm stupid.
But that's the darknet marketplace. It's called Hydra.
Yes, cut off one head, two more grow in its place.
Yes. But further, a meaningful volume allegedly came from U.S. customers, meaning it would be subject to U.S. regulatory safeguards. They know. And they know that you know. And now we know. So now they know that you know that we know. And we know that they know because they're the DOJ. And they've done protected us. Dumb retail investors. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Daddy Government, for giving us rights. Not protecting them. Giving them to us.
Yes. So generous.
So anyway, if y'all can't sense the irony there, that's not how U.S. jurisprudence works. That's not how our Constitution works. Rights are not granted. They are protected. We already had them. They were given to us by our creator or by nature.
Don't let him tell you any different.
Yeah. So, the FBI and the Treasury Department, in conjunction with about a half dozen European agencies, European, I'm a peon. All right, so they found that the money transmitting business Bitslotto was operating with minimal know your customer oversights and was used to launder money, including ransomware and drug trafficking. Allegedly, this person was aware this exchange was used by what he called crooks and even advertised it as such. If convicted of operating an illegal money transmitting business, Legkodimov faces a maximum sentence of 5 years.
Oof.
Legkodimov is going in up the river without a paddle. So Gordon Murray jumps in and says, "Good evening, sir." Good evening. I don't know who you're talking to, but I'll respond.
He's talking to me.
Yeah, right. Right. Gandalf Grey says, "How dare he? There can be only one. Now he must battle to the death."
Yes.
I'd buy that for $1. Wisdom Bar says, Bitslotto was laundering fiat? Good question, right? But here's the thing. The moment, I don't know what the exact regulations look like, but the moment you transfer some kind of, is that the dog right there?
Yeah,
He's hanging out-
he's
whining
just
right there?
sad because I didn't let him come in here and pee on things.
Well, no, bring him in. He can whine on the mic, I guess.
No, he is not peeing on anything.
I know he's not being anything.
He pooped yesterday or last week, remember?
Yeah,
There's
he got
something wrong with him.
got a very-
I don't trust him right now.
very, very naughty dog. He's acting out, probably because we're neglecting him.
I mean, I did give him
We do other
CBD
things.
oil that day. I kind of wonder, but
Yeah, CBD oil shouldn't make him that relaxed.
mm,
Yeah, he was way chilled out. Way too chilled out. Gordon Murray says this is exactly why we need a CBDC. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. That's what they're angling for, right? Like, you guys don't understand it, you idiots. These people are here to cheat you. That's why you must have our CBDC. For us to not, we definitely wouldn't cheat you.
come help us, help you feel safe.
Yeah. So if you had heard of Bitslotto or its operator, Gandalf, before the press conference, reminiscent of how in 2011, Senator Chuck Schumer, now the Senate Majority Leader, inadvertently turned a lot of people onto the legendary dark market Silk Road when calling for its closure. It was otherwise relatively obscure, right? Like, I love that. I love that too, right? Where they're like, oh no, Hydra. They probably 10x'd Hydra's traffic if it's a real darknet market.
That was their aim, I'm sure.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess turn it into a honeypot since they've probably seized it at this point. Not a bad play. actually.
Yeah.
And Silk Road was already in that position too. But I mean, it's just kind of silly. They say it's not the China-based money laundering engine that fueled a high-tech axis of crypto crime. Sorry, they don't mean that. It still could be. The FBI alleges that this is the case. Darknet transactions are supposed to be secretive, but apparently it held up. At its height, it only held $6 million in funds. What? So how did it process whatever they said, $4.5 billion? That makes no sense. I mean, it'd have to be such high frequency, like so much velocity of funding going through that, right? Where it's like maximum 6 million. But if you got 6 million like exchanged every 30 seconds, sure. But I doubt that. I doubt that they had a rotating inventory of 6 million in cryptos. Like even a couple times. That seems just unrealistic. So the Deputy Attorney General Monaco, today's actions send a clear message. Whether you break our laws from China or Europe, or abuse our financial system from a tropical island, you can expect to answer for your crimes inside a United States courtroom.
Flex.
Yeah. Bow down to your sensei. So taking at face value, suggestions that police are going to police, and that while the crypto industry may be global and decentralized, much of that investigatory work is going to start and end in the U.S. This isn't anything new. Superpower isn't called the world's policeman for nothing. Likewise, the long arm of the law has wrangled in a number of offshore companies over the years. Still, it's a strong statement. And that might send shivers down Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao's spine. I like the way they spell it out. Changpeng Zhao.
Let's call him CZ. Come
Changpeng
on.
Zhao.
No.
Changpeng Zhao.
He works so hard for us to know. You just call him CZ.
Changpeng Zhao.
CZ.
Changpeng.
CZ.
Changpeng Zhao. Changpeng Zhao. Come here. It's terrible. I've got to work on that because it's probably a terrible pronunciation. I probably got it totally wrong because I speak, well, my Cantonese is not so good. My Mandarin is also not so good. But, yeah, the industry news site Protos suggested that the Bits Lotto investigation was likely kickstarted. Barry Merritt sees he is Canadian, man. It's true. He is Canadian, but his accent indicates that he spent significant amounts of time in China as a young person. So, yeah, in the same way that like Vitalik is Canadian, Russian Canadian.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think this. Okay, now just reading through this though, it just looks like a long game to get their grips around Binance.
Yeah, probably. Right. It's giving them some kind of reason to like, well, how many hops did it go from Hydra to Bits Lotto and Bits Lotto to Binance? Well, we got to investigate you.
Okay, so I'm not going to talk about FTX anymore, but
yeah,
this is all just silly.
It is. Yeah, I mean, and regulation tends to just serve the state, right? It just
Well, it's
extends the power.
grandstanding and just.
Yeah. Yeah. Gordon Murray says, I don't even like Canadian bacon. It's not even bacon.
It's
That's the thing.
ham, people. Ham.
There you have it. At least the Brits have the decency to say that there are different cuts of ham. And if they're going to call something that isn't bacon, they at least tell you what the cut is, right? What we call bacon, they call streaky, right? So, streaky bacon.
Oh, I want some bacon.
Who doesn't?
We have bacon upstairs.
Guys, we might be calling this one short. We got things to do, things to eat.
I'm hungry.
So am I. Hungry for bacon, but not the Canadian type. Jeez. Get out of here, that Canadian bacon. So apparently Bits Lotto investigation was likely kickstarted or accelerated by the seizure of documents from the Hydra marketplace last year. There you go. And that would embolden them for sure. But apparently the DOJ is already investigating Binance. Those are reports, like you're saying. It's
Right.
probably all, done that way. Automatic Beat says Canadians tried to ruin bacon. That's not all they tried to ruin. They tried to ruin potato chips, right? They put ketchup on that shiznit.
No, they have. What is the weird stuff that they eat in Canada?
Poutine.
Huh?
Poutine.
Poutine. What's
It's
in
called
poutine?
poutine.
What's in it?
You must say it. You must enunciate clearly. Poutine. Poutine.
Poutine. It's very French.
Yes, it is. Poutine is like smothered fries, but worse.
What's in it?
Same stuff as smothered fries, but worse.
Huh?
Somebody write it out in a comment. You know what smothered fries are, and you know what poutine is. I'm going to move on with some of this commentary, and we'll circle back to that when you give your thumbs up on poutine or your thumbs down on poutine. Here's the thing. It doesn't really affect whether or not you're good at cryptocurrency, but it might a little bit.
Poutine.
It would indicate insanity if you think the poutine is good.
Yes. The Vegemite of Canada.
Yeah, it is the Vegemite of Canada. Yeah, basically. It is the national food. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how you identify another Canadian. They're like, poutine. Poutine. It's all right, eh? No, it's not. So, but I suppose, I mean, it is delicious, right? It's gravy smothered fries, essentially.
This is still making me hungry.
I know.
What's next?
Okay. Yeah. Aussie Bogan Tech says, sorry, no idea about them. I think Aussie Bogan Tech is getting a little bit offended that you compared poutine to Vegemite. We're sorry, it won't happen again. Because Vegemite is objectively delicious.
You've never had Vegemite, have you?
Totally have. You can get it here.
And it's disgusting.
I mean, oh. I mean, I'll eat it. I'll eat a Vegemite sandwich with you if you really want, Aussie Bogan Tech. Here's the thing. I will muscle through it.
Vegemite. The salsa of Australia.
Wow. Yeah. The Old Spice that you eat. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think that really all of this is just giving them a little more of what they want, a little more access to try to nail down Binance and put CZ in a corner, which is too bad.
Talk about reaching.
A little bit, but at the same time, if they've got pretty solid ties from one darknet market over to various exchanges, they're going to use those ties however they normally would to try to investigate whatever they want to try to push whatever they're pushing, which was already mentioned in a comment, a CBDC. Like the Biden administration, again, definitely not the guy himself. Gramps just needs to be put out to pasture. Poor guy just needs to be allowed to retire, as anybody else his age would be allowed to do. This should be an uncontroversial take, right? If you had a grandparent that was suffering from dementia and they were still trying to go do their job, you'd be like, hey, Gramps, no, come. We got a spare room over here. Mother-in-law apartment. Please let me take care of you. Don't trip when you're going up the stairs.
Or go to the Vatican.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So, yeah. Somebody in this administration made sure that there was that executive order that was written last year, and it mentioned research into a CBDC. So we're on track to get that thing proposed, rolled out, integrated. And right now they need to make all these boogeymen so that more Americans say like, oh, no. Not only is it a good thing you're researching it, we want this. We want this. Keep us safe, please.
Well, they'll let us know that we want it.
Yeah.
They'll let us know what we want when we're supposed to want it and how.
Yeah.
This does not sound in any way like an abusive relationship. Okay. Need
Yeah.
a reaction video? Honey, you want to eat some Vegemite and poutine?
I mean, it could. Aussie Bogan Tech says the trick with Vegemite is to put it on warm buttered toast and put so little of it on that you can barely see it. Yum, yum. All right,
Now I'm curious. I'll try it.
Now you can do the react video.
I like buttered toast.
You can do the ASMR. You can do the
Yeah.
purely auditory version.
I think the one time I've eaten Vegemite, I just had like a thick 1/4-inch slab of it on some toast, and it was just the Vegemite, no butter.
Did you put it into a toaster oven, like make it crusty?
I think I did gag though.
Oh my gosh, I would do that just for kicks. Right. So Barry Merritt says keep CBDCs in 4x. Here's the thing, I disagree. You don't have to have CBDCs in 4x. You can
Because
use
you don't have to have CBDCs.
You don't.
Oh.
There's nothing that a CBDC offers for any practical application of a crypto token that represents the dollar that a stablecoin can't do equally well. The dude says, isn't poutine an Irish dish? I don't know. I think actually it is a French dish. The spelling even.
The spelling is French, but you know, there are crossovers.
That's a fair point, actually. It's a very fancy name for something that, when you describe it, does sound like it should be an Irish dish.
Yeah, but you know, the word
gravy
chance means like good luck or something. In
bon chance. Yeah.
chance, but in German.
Yeah, but a bunch of languages borrow from French and
I guess
German.
that's what I mean is like you'll, be going along speaking, and then suddenly you're like, chance.
Do you like how the only German that she's studied German for 3 years for crying out loud. She's like, the only thing, Sieg Heil, like, when you're speaking German as well, Sieg Heil, as one does, Sieg Heil. Like, geez. Jeez, tell us how much you regard German people. I'm
I
sorry.
love German people.
I'm sorry, Ollie. I love you. Don't like block me when I try to call
I'm
you.
part German. It's like my heritage.
Yeah.
And I sing German, and I'm not half bad at it.
I know. I've never heard you sing the words Sieg Heil. Just
Sorry.
saying.
I saw like a Hitler meme today, and I think that's why it's the only thing that popped into my head. It was
Gosh.
like Trudeau compared to Hitler.
There you go. Godwin's law. It took us a little. It took exactly an hour to mention Hitler. There we go. That's not that bad.
Not bad. Yeah.
Cool.
Well done.
Yeah. For those of you who are new to the internet, I'm sorry, newer to the internet, Godwin's law is a thing. How long it takes in an internet conversation before somebody mentions Hitler.
I'm sorry. The comments are killing me.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Cherry wine. Cherry Vegemite. Mmm.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah, there you go. I guess you could always sort of like, do it you could fold some cherry wine into your Vegemite, so it's like a very, very thin amount that's in it.
What would Vegemite even taste like with cherry flavor?
What does it taste like with anything added to it? It is absolutely its own. So as far as like the 5 core tastes, it is it's acrid and sour. It's acrid and sour and savory.
I don't remember what it tastes like. It's been so long since I ate any of it.
Anyway. Gandalf Gray says, here's an idea for a whiteboard VLAN setup. Here's an idea for a whiteboard VLAN setup and home mining security. That is a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like, because we could do like just like the concepts of DMZ and yeah.
Gandalf dropping some alpha.
It's
Thank
true,
you.
guys. You're right. I need to be doing more whiteboard videos or more like actual like overhead like drawing videos. I can do that too with the tablet, so maybe that's a way to go. I did a couple of those and I tried them, and then I was like, I'll go back to the setup here in the studio. Got to play the game, right? Here on YouTube, if we don't have the studio with the fancy lighting, some people bounce. It helps. So maybe I do some interstitials with just the overhead like drawing. It's a good idea. Yeah, this is starting to shape up. So can do the camera here, do some tablet drawing there instead of a full whiteboard, which I prefer, but don't want to get a smart board. You know, smart boards, like the whiteboards that you actually draw on, they're like $3,000. They cost more than like a really nice gaming PC.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why?
Exactly, right? Where it's like, hey, I got an idea. These still work, right? Like, yeah, just a cheap whiteboard from hardware store. Great idea. I love that, and we will revisit that. Thank you for the ideas there. Appreciate that. Barry Merritt says, I do 802.1x with VLANs and PKI. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm not like some network guy. I'm not. I just know some of the basic concepts there. And then, some tech that people might want to have like their own Pi-hole server and have some other like stuff that serves to improve their security. So Gordon Murray, here's an idea. 7-minute abs. Oh my gosh. 8-minute abs. We can do 7-minute abs instead.
Yeah. And you could just do it with electrodes that you just attach to your abs, and then you just turn it on and they flex involuntarily.
That's true. And it'd be like, hey, be sure you're wearing shoes and your feet are grounded so you don't accidentally, electrify your chode. Just saying. Dicey.
Don't do that at home.
I'm not down with with using electrodes to cause flexion.
They've done that to mimic like labor pains for men.
Yeah, now I'm definitely against this for sure.
You don't want to know what the feeling is.
I don't like where this is headed. At some point in my life, I'm going to have to pass a kidney stone. Can we just call that good enough?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that would be comparable.
Yeah. So DeFi Llama is showing us the Ethereum dominance. We've got all 6 options collected. It keeps growing, right? 67%. It's up a little bit from the last time we checked. Is that about right? No, that can't be right. I think it was, it's up. Actually up. And we're seeing that continue to grow. We are, oh no! Gordon Murray says PKI is an NSA backdoor. Don't like that. See, Barry Merritt thinks that PKI is the way to go. Gordon Murray is dropping some alpha there. Well, nobody likes NSA backdoors more than the NSA. Gee, I got to finish the sentence. You thought I was done there. Nobody likes, just stay away from certain kinds of technology. Encryption isn't broken. They know that. They hate that. So you can use certain kinds of encryption. I guess other kinds of encryption are broken, but most encryption is not broken. That's commonly used right now. Not all of it is backdoored. I am very suspect of the newer standards of encryption. Yeah, the new stuff coming out of NIST, kind of suspect. They say, oh, it's quantum resistant, and definitely not an NSA backdoor. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so uncertain times ahead of us, right, with AI and these new encryption standards and NSA backdoors. Barry Merritt says public key infrastructure. Sorry, it says public key infrastructure.
Pubic key. No, sorry.
Mama Biz.
I went there.
How dare you? How dare you?
Pick that out of your eggs.
How dare you grab that low-hanging fruit
It's all fine.
and just wrench it down from the tree? Gandalf Gray says, oh, man, from VLANs to electric chodes. I love this stream.
We're here all week.
Yeah, we are. We are. I mean, we got to make sure that we get a second stream in every week. That's been the cadence. Barry, we knew what you were talking about. We were razzing you. Appreciate you playing along. On that note, appreciate you sharing the live stream while we're live. Hitting thumbs up if you're not already subscribed. Do that as well. Notifications turned on, and check out MineYourBiz.substack.com. It's pretty great what we're doing over there. If I do say myself, say so myself.
Say so.
I will.
Say myself.
By myself?
Just myself.
Okay. All right. Yourself. Here we are back on DeFi Llama, and we see, yeah, Ethereum is kind of moving back up just a little bit. The dude, it's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. That's great. I like that. We've got a theme going on. We probably do need to do an all-musical episode.
Oh, that would be great.
Not today, but soon.
Improvised musical on Mind Your Biz.
Oh, my gosh.
All about crypto
Yeah.
and mining.
We'd have to have like a little keyboard, too, where you have to like establish our... Yeah, whatever our note progression is, whatever the musical phrase is. Yeah, be like, all right, that's the musical phrase. Come, and that dictates the news.
I like that.
Yeah, we could even have that translate into a real world letter, and then, no, it's getting a little too weird. What is it? All musical episode. Yeah, Gordon Murray. I know what PKI is. Shut up. Yeah.
Shut up.
I love the infighting in the chat. Keep it up. We already have teenagers here at home. That's what we would love nothing more than to diffuse arguments among perfectly reasonable people in our audience. This is great. Jokes. Thank you for your contributions in the chat. That actually is great. Talking about the VLAN separation for doing mining at home. What I will say is that for mining at home, you might not have enough machines where VLAN separation would be necessary. I think when you have multiple banks across a much larger network, running different VLANs makes a lot more sense. I think when you're only running a few machines, it's kind of needlessly complicated. You might want one separate VLAN just for that, but having like multiple different zones designated by VLANs, maybe overkill. Maybe you're a network guy though, and maybe it's something you can do very easily. Just, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes we can overcomplicate things. Gordon says, did you know NSA paid RSA millions to not upgrade their encryption for 10 years, Barry?
You have to put more emphasis on that. Barry.
Did you know that?
Did you know?
Huh, Barry? Oh, my gosh. I'm not going to, like, stoke the flames here. Barry. Got it? Gordon? All right, so.
Fight.
Oh, my gosh. That's the thing. There's nothing worse than a nerd fight. We all know this. But it never stops us,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
Like, yeah, it's nothing worse than a nerd fight.
I pictured Mr. Burns and Vitalik Buterin slapping hands when you said that. We should make a cartoon.
Vitalik, what happened to my tokens? Excellent. My tokens have been restored in my wallet. 1 inch. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. So, yeah, we could do some cartoons. Seriously, if we felt like just doing crypto cartoons, it would be nasty. We'd be nasty with it. It'd be terrible. Like the South Park of crypto cartoons.
We couldn't put our names on it. It would have to be its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. So, oh my God.
Still fighting. No.
Yeah, Gandalf, maybe I'm a network guy or maybe I'm just paranoid, LOL. And we're discussing RSA and some differences there. And here's the thing, like what I'll say is that when it comes to encryption standards, when it comes to network standards, like have a plan, but be willing to take in new information. And if you do take in new information, be willing to change your worldview because we're rational people, and especially in an audience, in a community like this, we're rational and capable people. You can always do upgrades. Now, does that mean like your security is totally blown? It depends. But threat modeling matters too, right? Like if you're not worried about nation states spying on you personally, it alleviates certain concerns. But I mean, I guess if you're in crypto, all bets are off because we're for sure on watch lists, at least here in the United States. I mean, they told us as much, right? They literally told us. Barry Merritt, I've had FBI InfoSec training. Your tax dollars at work. Oh, man. Really? You gotta do us dirty like that? You got to use my personal tax dollars to get that training? I kid. Clearly it was from a general pool. But, yeah. There you go. FBI InfoSec training. The dude says, maybe I use a virtual machine and maybe I don't. Hey. It's a good habit, right? Keep them guessing, and they'll never know. Looks like we've got a few additional entrants. Mixin. I didn't realize that Mixin had $339 million of value locked on their network. They're actually a privacy wallet and messaging tool. So 24-hour volume of only 5 million over there. It's very interesting. But a little over 1 million. In 24-hour volume. I didn't know that Mixin actually had that much activity. I thought there was a lot less. But anyway, let's take a look very quickly at our stables market right here. Let's take a look at the overview.
Barry.
Oh my gosh.
Barry.
My God.
How do you answer that one, huh?
Don't encourage them.
Fight, 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 fight.
Gordon Barry, I expect both of you to go to the maybe the Ravencoin meetup or maybe one of the next conferences here, and we squash this shit and you buy each other a beer or something, and you just and you have the same conversation face to face because it's always a little bit different. Yeah, it's always a little different face to face. But so overview on the stables market. It's exactly as expect. And it's exactly as we've been saying without this kind of a breakdown in the past. Tether is the most used because it's the most useful. It has the highest velocity, the highest volume. So why would we go with anything else? You can. You absolutely can. That's your choice. But the point is that its market cap of 66 billion is only one small part of the story. You go to the amount of daily volume, and the daily volume is just far higher on Tether than it is on USDC coin or on Binance or on DAI, anything else. In fact, the two next stablecoins combined barely approach the daily volume of Tether.
Why is that?
Because people use it.
Why?
Because it was the first to be useful, and so it's most used. And because it's most used, that makes it now most useful. It's a virtuous cycle.
Why?
Because if you want a crypto dollar, I can send you one, and you can go spend it somewhere else really fast.
Why?
Because other people will accept it.
Why?
Because it's useful.
Why?
Because it's used.
Why?
Now I'm going to go back in circles and say the same thing, but in other ways. So you can just play that loop back a couple times, and it's great. Let's see. And on the chains, I think we're probably going to leave DeFi Llama alone. Let's take a quick look at our costume mine. One full Bitcoin, go to 104 terahash, go to 3,500 wattitos, Vatos for me, vatios. Sorry, vatios for me, mis vatos. 8 cents per kilowatt hour. Go to our profit fees at 1%. It looks like we're still, oh my gosh. What's going on here? How are we mining one full Bitcoin at 19,000? This cannot be right. Is this right? Mama Biz, I can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe you've done this.
Jeez. That's not right. Yeah, this is not great. So if you're at the S19J Pro, and I made a mistake. The last time we live streamed, I was talking about the numbers of the X19 XP. I know. You caught me. And you were like, what's going on?
For shame.
This is crazy talk. Why would you say that?
Why would you do that?
But I accidentally mentioned the numbers of the X19 XP.
Good thing you have me here to catch these things.
Jeez, right? Guys, thumbs up, heart emojis for Mama Biz. What would I do without her? I really don't know. So, but 140 when I meant 104. I meant 104.
And you wrote 140?
I did.
What?
It was insanely bad.
This is what we call fake news,
It was fake news.
false information, misinformation.
Well,
Look what you did.
would it make it better if I said it was a psyop? It was intentional,
No,
actually.
it would make it better if you just said you felt sorry.
Gosh darn it.
And then it's all better and all is forgiven.
I feel sorry. I effed up. Hey, it worked for SBF.
Hey.
Okay, so back over here.
That easy.
Yeah. I need more terahashes. So at 104, at 3,500 watts, yeah, you're only mining one full Bitcoin. You're only producing one full Bitcoin for about 19K right now.
Ouch.
Danger zone. Not good. And not in a good way. Not a danger zone in the good way. Danger zone in the bad way. As in you're spending too much. The cost to produce one full Bitcoin is too damn high.
So where do you want that number
You want
to
it
make
to be
it worth your while?
You want it to be the highest efficiency, and you want it to be closer to the 3,200 or the 3,000 watt mark.
And then it's worth it?
Yeah, 13,000 US dollarinos.
But if Bitcoin goes to the moon, it's worth it, right?
Yeah, it is. That's a funny thing. Actually, it is. So when Bitcoin returns to bullish price action, then it's going to be better. Whatever you spent now will be ideally be better, but some people cannot float the cost to produce that Bitcoin by mining at home. If you hook it up to, say, a heat exchanger plate, you can heat up your water, an inline water heater, so it decreases the amount of natural gas you have to spend. It's not like the most efficient way to heat your water. Like, we don't use electric heat in most states here because it's not really efficient. But you could capture the heat from your mining rig, and you could do that. You could use it to do probably a better way to do it would be to use a heat exchanger. And we've talked about this before, but we don't have a need for this, and I'm not going to retrofit our floors here. But you could do a heat exchanger loop, and then you could run a PEX pipe through the subflooring of another area of your house, and you could do radiant heated floors.
Could you run it through a rug and heat the rug if you don't want to break up all your concrete?
Yeah, no, you could. You could run it through a rug, but you would have to have an elevated floor, right? So, because otherwise you'd have like this really hard pipe, right? That will radiate the heat, and so you'd want it to be something that helps to pull the heat from that pipe, and then pushes it through the flooring. So, but radiant heated floors would be probably the easiest way to just have a basic loop there and have that work out. But Gandalf says, I'm heating my house with my Bitcoin ASICs. I don't know, I just watched several different videos. It was pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty straightforward. As far as doing water heating, like the bottom line is the most exotic piece that you need is the heat exchanger plate, so that you can then put that into whatever loop you want the hot water to go into, right? So otherwise, you need like so there are ways to use the heat. But otherwise, yeah, hard to justify spending a lot. But yeah, that's the cost to mine one full Bitcoin right now. Over on whattomine.com, we've got some GPUs doing the thing. The price, let's see, go to the same apples to apples comparison of 8 cents per kilowatt hour. Because if you don't have 8 cents, you should. So reconsider everything. Looks like the top of the line is now doing 50 cents per day. It will only take you 3,000 days to break even, MineYourBiz.
That's not too bad.
So obviously we should buy a top of the line GPU. Obviously. The dude says, I learned that most homes in South Korea have heated floors.
Ooh.
Are you really surprised? I think most South Koreans would tell you it's because they're very advanced.
Yep.
No, true.
And
They're
I would
right.
agree. That sounds so nice right now.
Radiant floors are pretty awesome. If you've ever actually been in a home that has them.
Do you remember how my uncle did his?
I do.
Because he didn't just put it in the floor, in the basement. He put it in the floors and in the walls.
I didn't remember that, and that's not a design choice I would have made. But
yeah, he said he could heat that room in like 2 minutes.
That's why it's not a design choice that I would have made. Mostly because of the way that you then dress the wall later on with paint or anything else that goes on it, and having fluctuating heat.
Suction cup hooks, so they never had to puncture the walls.
I don't remember that, but I do remember. So it was a pretty cool structure, ICF, right? So it just had the styrofoam concrete forms. poured it himself. It was a super cool house.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and he made it by himself, like just
Evenings, weekends.
as one does.
What? Yeah, evenings, weekends. Spec'd it out, and yeah. So alternate construction, but then yeah, the radiant heating floors was like, all right, if you're gonna do this from scratch, like design everything in that you would want. A home like that, you could retrofit that heat loop, and just your heating element would just be whatever your mining operation is. So I think in a home that size, you would want between 5 and maybe even 10 kilowatts of mining or of a TDP to pull off of your mining rigs. So yeah, it's kind of like, oh no, you don't understand. This house is so big. We have to heat it with mining rigs. I like that. You should contact your uncle. Get some stuff hosted at his place.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Plus they have the got the aqueduct, probably running off of hydro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it
So.
is right there.
Yeah. There we go. Helping out the family.
Brilliant.
Yes, brilliant, I tell you. So, mining, yeah, mining cards. Alephium is still killing it for these top-of-the-line cards. We've got Caspa that's still in the money by 17 cents. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if I would go out of my way to go and acquire anything right now. Pricing is probably about as good as it's going to be, though. So, looking at anything that you're going to upgrade your workstations with, maybe not a bad time to do that. It's unbelievable to me that the Radeon 7 is still fetching a higher average price than the brand new RTX 4090, but there you are. That's where we live, crazy town. You're welcome. Jeez. Apparently the 4070 Ti has just been released. Barry Meredith's doing a bathroom remodel to there you go. Put things under construction. Hat tip for commercial power rates if your home is under construction, you can ask the electric provider to give you commercial rates. They give you the rate for 1 year.
That's brilliant.
It is pretty brilliant. So could do a bathroom remodel, could do an add-on the following year. Just have rotating house projects. Could do an external shed, mother-in-law apartment. You can do you can increase the R value of your roof by literally just putting in a foil right in the attic. So it's not even a heavy construction project, and you don't need to pull permits for that though. So it'd be harder to prove that you're doing it. But yeah, we should do a little like list of projects you could do at home that would justify getting the utility to give you the commercial rate.
Is that everywhere or is that just local?
I mean, it sounds like a pretty good life hack for contacting any local utility, but so I guess
but
your
they're all
mileage may vary.
different. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like there are a couple. We've got a local one here that's actually for this municipality, and then we've got one that serves the broader state. So we're like little outliers. We have this like one power generation facility where we live, and then everybody else gets the other one. And they actually spread across like 3 states.
Yeah.
Not just us. So kind of weird. But yeah, fair point. And yeah, worth finding out. Here's the thing. I've had the utility tell me before, call me and be like, look, we know you're running computers at home. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got a viewer from the audience that like has figured it out. Like I had little like stalkers, little secret admirers over the utility. It was weird.
She was awful.
She really was. Yeah, she really was. It was when we were running our peak mining operation at home. She actually shut off our power once. No, sorry, twice. Actually shut off our power at home twice. These are, yeah, MineYourBiz, the forgotten chapters. Yeah, terrible, terrible time. But anyway, love that. We should do that kind of a list. That'd be fun. Maybe that's a really good blog entry. We could do a whiteboard video on that too. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you so much for that little tip there. Was that Barry? Thanks, man. That was super cool. But yeah, it looks like mining profitability, everything is in the dumps from the previous generations or from the first and second generation heavy hitting miners. We'll just say heavy hitting GPUs. Anything beyond the Polaris edition or the 1000 series GTX cards is like, not doing awesome. You'd have to be in the clearly the RTX 3000 series or the newer Radeon RX 6000 series or beyond, it looks like, to actually be in the money at all. But why? Why would you do that unless it's for a workstation? You know, be careful, be cautious. Your mileage may vary, so don't YOLO in. We can take a look at our gainers and losers over on CoinGecko. That might be more fun than taking a look at our typical portfolios. We'll leave those alone for the rest of tonight's live stream. We'll come back to them next week. You got a problem with that? Talk to the manager, all right? But top gainers. Forex. Bro, do you even flex? Because apparently, if you did, you'd be up 84% in a day. Zoinks! Gandalf Gray says, mind your biz. I'm in the same predicament where there's only one power provider for my area. So now power rate shopping. Looks like it's time to remodel my house. Yes. Rather. Yeah. I think we're ready for a little bathroom add-on ourselves here. So, I mean, it totally tracks with stuff we're actually doing.
It's brilliant.
Yes, I know. Well, I didn't actually know. Thanks, audience. So, looking at Flexcoin, Crypterium. That's a quality project. I wish we could filter on this side of their site. That'd be amazing. Crypterium, Shikoku Inu, Orb City, Instadap, Kanto, Taboo, Aladdin DAO. Man, this is the cream of the crap, my friends. Zen Crypto is making more waves, I think, than most. I'm going to pop that open.
Did you say cream of the crap?
Yeah, I did. I said crème de la croque.
De la mer.
Crème de la mer. Ouais. Oh.
Have some poutine with your mère.
Have some poutine, and you'll have a side of crème de la mer. Oh. Please don't report us. All right. That's our top of the list. I mean, we've got some pretty interesting projects here. Zen Crypto is something that is a bit of a fork out of the Hex community. There have been some people who have been discontent, we'll say, with the pace of innovation at Pulse, the Pulse chain, the pace of delivery at Pulse chain, and at the pace of innovation within Hex.
I don't know. Richard's very, very busy buying things at Gucci and Prada. To let you know that you should support his projects. Right.
Well, to let you know that you've already financially supported his project. Where did the ETH go? He's been showing you the entire time. It's a big job. Here's the thing. I don't have anything against him. He did a great job promoting that. He earned every penny. But he's letting us know that he really earned every penny. So there's some people who've been upset by that, and they really want to see more progress. So they've taken some of the fundamentals of those projects, and they have then forked them into their own development. And part of that is Zen, apparently. Zen Crypto. Gandalf Gray says, you missed so much. Mind Your Biz speaking French is a classic stream of all streams. Hey, you can thank Mama Biz. She inspires me to speak French much more often than you know. So Zen Crypto, yeah, it's apparently up, but I mean, it's been on a really weird price trajectory lately. Looks like currently it is available as obviously an Ethereum token, right? So, yeah. And then on the Ethereum POW ecosystem, geez. Goblin Dude says, dang it, I always miss the good stuff. Sorry about that. Maybe next time. But yeah, Zen Crypto's been on not exactly a rocket ship, right? Last 14 days, it's seen some peaks and valleys. Best days were within the last month. I clearly... triple its current price, nearly triple its current price. So it's definitely come down since its peak volume and price. Last 90 days, let's see, how far back does the chart go? Yeah, there you go. October did even better. Man, it was killing it back in October. And I don't think we go any farther back than that. I think yeah. Yep. No, it does. October of 2022. The 11th of October. That's as far back as we can reach into its history. Let's see. Its absolute peak price. Yeah. I think that's what we call in the business down bad. Yeah. Down bad?
Down bad.
Yeah.
It's a technical term.
That is. Look it up. Yeah. English. Do you speak it? Down bad.
No.
Yeah.
Parlez-vous français?
No. So clearly down very, very bad since it's all-time high, but typical. Buy the rumor, sell the news all the way down. Whee! So it's an ERC20 token built on Ethereum blockchain based on the first principles of crypto, like decentralization, self-custody, transparency, and trust through consensus. It's immutable, no admin keys, open source. Apparently, there's an upcoming, EVM that is based on similar principles to Pulse Chain. So that's where that came from. It's interesting to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's just interesting to me because, here we go. Let's put into our junk drawer. It is a Hail Mary, right? So it'll go there. That's where I think it belongs in our portfolio. But it's on the, it's on the top gainers right now list. Top 1,000. Ooh. Should we do top 100? Probably not. Yeah, from the top 1,000. Only from the top 1,000. And it looks like top losers. Beam. Oh, no. Beam, what happened to you? Buddy. Why are you hurting? Yeah, Beam. It's hurting. Ampleforth.
Beam.
Also down. Yield app. Oof. Grin. Getting kicked in the shins. Toucan protocol. That must be good, right? No?
I don't know.
MineYourBiz is not convinced. Lisk, Get Protocol. I mean, there's a lot that's actually kind of hurting. It's not that bad, though. Really not that bad. 20% down for the biggest losers, but on the biggest winners, 85% up. That's not a terrible day in crypto.
Yeah.
We've seen worse.
Things are looking up. The bull market is here. Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I don't know.
Crypto Zoo. Now there's a project we should invest in.
Oh, my gosh. Do we need to go to celebrity gossip? Is that what we're going to do?
They're already there. Look at the comments.
Yeah. Crypto Zoo. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Goblin Dude is giving us dropping the true alpha there. Crypto Zoo. We'll invest next time. Why don't we do this? Let's call it a live stream for tonight over at DCA-cc.com. You can find a link down in the description under the free resources that I want you to bookmark. These are tools that you can use to educate yourself, your friends, your family, anybody in your personal sphere of influence on how to stop getting so royally wrecked. You can learn those tools. You don't need a talking head on YouTube to tell you this stuff. We have fun together, of course. We'll go over some of these lessons in a way that noobs will enjoy and understand, and that us old timers in this space will have fun with too. But I want you to have these tools so you can share them with people who might need to see that one specific tool or resource that will help them stop getting metaphorically kicked in the teeth, right, with their crypto trading. This is one of those things. Check out dca-cc.com. And it helps. It really helps, right? So checking out Monero, and we went through this with Crypto Exo Phantom 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see it, but I asked him, like, if you had a weekly allowance that you were putting into, say, like,
if we paid our children an allowance.
Yeah, screw that.
No, they earn their money.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't offer him an allowance. I just said if you personally had some kind of passive income or some amount of income, regular income, and these guys are like, I'm sending this to Child Protective Services. You don't give your kids allowance.
That is a crime.
It's really not. It's really not. If you have kids, you know how much of a not crime it is to not pay them in for doing nothing. Just saying. Teach them capitalism, right? Teach them, yeah. Let's see. The Goblin Dude says something about other people's talking head videos. Here's the thing. This is called a talking head video. That's what this is called. When you sit and talk. Talking head video. There are other people who feel like they invented something because they just say it, but that's not.
I invented the internet.
I mean, if you're Al Gore, you did. Geez, that's proven.
I invented Bitcoin.
Yeah. So Monero, we talked to Crypto Exo Phantom about why he's not getting allowance, but if he did have a regular amount of income that he wanted to put towards crypto, that he could put $10 of Monero in weekly, and if we jump back in time and said, look, start at this time, back in time, the moment that you knew about this cryptocurrency. And in the case of Monero, you could go back not that far. What? How could you see DCA from 1996 in Monero?
What?
This is getting confusing now.
How far back did you guys go?
Y'all can't see the drop down, I guess. I'm looking at it. The preview doesn't show you the drop down. It shows you that I have this open, but apparently it's a little flawed. We went back to 2019, December of 2019 for Monero. And then we fast forwarded to current day. and closer to our live stream time. Go to 2023, January, and we will just say yesterday, right? As of yesterday, $10 in on Monero. We'll calculate that. We would have totally invested $1,630, and our current value would be $2,300 in a privacy coin that nobody can track. Not bad, right?
Not bad.
And then you can do that for various other assets they have listed here. And I think it is showing it now, right? Ethereum, USDC, dollar cost average into tables. But all these other assets that are available here. And they've got a lot of the basic stuff, right? So if you're curious about stuff that's a little more popular right now, or if you're curious about some of the top 50 coins, they are there. Show this to somebody that needs to understand how dollar cost averaging could help them, so they're not worried about, seeing charts like the one that we had before and figuring, oh no, I got to learn technical analysis because if I don't catch that falling knife, I'm never going to make money in crypto. Don't do that. Friends don't let friends try to catch falling knives. It's bad for you. Anyway, that is our show for the evening. Mom and Biz, parting words.
Love you guys.
Remember, stay private and mind your bees.